Right, good morning. This is David and Edwin of the Roslyn Management Group Contracting Services. Essentially, how to put a backsplash in about 45 minutes to an hour or less. So what do we have here? We have this wonderful tile that we picked up from the tile shop, beautiful marble, and very easy to install because bottom line is very little cutting involved, very little grouting involved. We've actually put up a couple pieces here, and go ahead, Edwin, and Edwin's going to show us how we just finished the grouting right there. We're using this pre-mixed thin set. You only need about a gallon. It's great. We used to mix this stuff up by ourselves, but now we're getting lazy, and they got it on sale at Home Depot for less than $12. So that's the way we do it. We tape along the edges, as you can see here, to avoid getting the thin set on the edges. And Edwin essentially just goes and applies it very nicely. Okay. Key is we use the narrow the narrow spacing on the trowels. You don't need the big spacing, and it does not take a whole lot of thin set to hold this stuff. Okay, now Edwin, I'm going to ask Edwin to hold this camera here while we demonstrate how we put on this tile.
Alrighty.
Okay, oops, there you go. All right. Okay, tile comes in 12-inch squares. All right, peel off the backing and just stick on and press firmly, and it's really that simple. We just put up a ledger board to span the distances between the counters, so holds up the tile very nicely. You can see how quickly this installation is actually going to go. All right, there we go. Careful not to get much thin set on this. Great thing about this tile, does not require any grouting. We'll probably come over with a very, very thin grout just to cover any gaps that remain. But really, because it's a backsplash, we can actually get away with not grouting if we wanted to. Now I'm going to pause the video for a while after this, because this is what makes this installation so easy. Normally, we would actually have to take the tile saw, make an inset cut, and cut around this appliance fixture here, but this outlet fixture. But because these are in such small squares, we could just measure over the squares and just cut out the backing of the squares and stick this right over like we did over here. It should take me about 5 to 10 minutes to get that all measured out. Okay, and then once we do that, we will come over and tile up and around the cabinetry, tile down the sides, and then we got this beautiful oak trimming here that we are now going to use at the end to trim out the corners. We will pause the video now as I make this adjustments and go from there. Oops, having problems pausing this thing here. Yes. Okay, well, you know what? This might coverage not. Okay, well, you know what, if I can't pause it, we might as well just continue it. Looks like it's frozen.